Yeah, John Kennedy. He's the one that sent him the.
Hi guys, how you all doing? And yeah, we're open a little bit early this evening. If the plod go past the pub and see that the lights are on, nobody's put any money over the bar. Got it? And for those of you that aren't in the UK licensing laws, yeah, you're allowed in a pub. You can be in a pub. You can have a drink in your hand as long as no money has gone across the bar.
Hi, Katrina. Yeah, I saw that it's your nan's passing anniversary.
Oh, bless.
Yeah.
Bless. Hope you're all good. My glasses will not sit fucking level on my... I know I've got a wonky face to start off with, but my glasses will not sit level, and it really bugs the tits out of me. There we go. Yes, Katrina, my love goes to you. Dirty Faces. How are you doing? Yeah, Neve's managing. Yeah, John, welcome. Hope you're all good out there, John. Hope the weather's good for you, mate. And yes, we have your MTP top. And we do have
brand sauce.
Brand sauce. And we have some Oxos for you.
Yep.
And I'm also, it's all going to be coming.
You've got some houses of
my arms ain't long enough. My arms are too short. I'm turning into a Tyrannosaur. And we'll be sending it to you in that one, mate.
Evening, Law. Evening, Sam.
We'll be sending you out one of these respirator bags with it as well. So that'll all bunch into your kit. It'll all be packed up, got to you ASAP. These side pouches, John, you're going to love these because they do adapt to size to make a nice medic's pouch, first aid pouch, foam pouch, whatever. And
Oxo Cube pouch.
I've whipped mine off the side of my bag. It tends to live on my belt these days. But yeah, handy bit of kit. Although Tommy's probably sitting there laughing his arse off.
Yeah, you've introduced the fact that Tommy's here tonight.
Tommy is with us tonight, and as you saw in the video the other day, he's an active serving member, so he'd rather keep his face off the screen. And that way, if he slips, says something he shouldn't, the rest of it, nobody can trace it.
His fault.
That's the key, Mitch, not getting caught.
Not getting caught, that's it.
Good evening, Paul.
First rule of being a squaddy, don't get caught.
Denial.
Denial. It's a river in Egypt, isn't it? Evening, Paul. Hope you're good. Yeah. So
Santa tonight again.
We'll be getting that out to you, John. Probably Monday or Tuesday is the next post office run, isn't it?
Maybe. Yeah, should be this week. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be sometime this week. We'll get that out to you, mate. Oh, plausible deniability. Hey, mate, doesn't have to be plausible. The wilder it is, the more people believe you, I tell you. When I was kidnapped by the CIA in the UFO... Got me tinfoil hat, yeah.
Every time he goes past those little shop scanner things, it goes...
Yeah. Like them scanners.
In the back of his head.
Yeah, you don't want to go near them scanners. You don't want to get me going all FP on you.
Evening, Benny.
Evening, Benny. Hope you're good, mate.
Yeah, we've been busy again, haven't you? You've not been good. Your knee's been bad, haven't you, Sam?
Oh, God.
Sam's just asking how you doing.
Yeah, so the knee. Grease strapped.
We did. Me and Tommy did offer to amputate, but he said no.
Yeah, it's basically it's old injuries, and every now and again. Got a squaddy in the corner trying to drink from a can, dribbling everywhere.
You made him laugh.
But basically,
old age,
old age. It's
a bad injury you've got.
Yeah, it was an old injury. It was a Zulu with a spear.
Evening, Ray.
I stood there, so I went, do you know what? It's a martini.
That would make you rifle.
I will have you understand that actually the guys at Rorke's Drift were commanded by one of the finest.
Royal engineer, I know. I know.
If they hadn't had an engineer there, they'd have been fucked.
Yeah, you're right. All stories, good stories start. You're not going to believe this shit.
You're not going to believe this, but it started with a flashing light. And then it all went quiet. And then there was a green mist. Got probed.
Then he got kidnapped by Pooh Bear. No, the reality of it is
just walking through the woods, misstepped a hole in the track and went down heavy on my foot, hyperflex my knee forward, and ever since then, for the last 30 years, every now and again, I sort of repeat the process, put my foot down, slightly wrong balance, and it just hyperflexes the knee, and it's hell for about 2 to 3 weeks, and then it settles down. I go to the doctors, and the doctor's like, yeah, we'll give you paracetamol and muscle relaxants. That's about it.
You can poo yourself.
Muscle doesn't relax, I was about to say.
Yeah, you're much more relaxed than me anyhow. Let's face it. Incoming, is it? Oh. Was that a bullet?
Yeah, you're right, Ben. You're right, Ben. It's probably him, all the cider he keeps drinking.
It's being Cornish, mate. And as we know, in Cornwall, cider's called West Country antifreeze because that's what keeps you going. Stops you seizing up. Anyhow, back on the merry down again tonight. Cheap, cheerful. I'll take that. For those of you that want to know, it is 6.8%. So, yeah, ain't that powerful in the cider world. But it's enough to make me smile. So, I'm going to get one of these down, mate.
What's new then?
What's new?
Puppy's been to puppy class.
Yeah.
Hated it to start off with. Loved it in the end.
Yeah,
got some new kit.
Yeah, got some new kit. Got the Austrian 80-litre bag, which, again, it's a great bag. I like it for a basic bag. It's not... Let's go try and get this right. It's not flash. It's not fancy. It's a basic 80-litre bag. The carrying system on it is... Couldn't get much more basics, really. It's just 2 straps. However, if you wanted to build your own kit, if you want something for the basis to build up, modify, adapt, make it your own, absolutely brilliant. The nice thing about it is just olive drab or just olive. So it's not camouflage, doesn't look too military, and it's very, very old school in design. Simple drawstrings and that. I know a lot of guys want clips and gadgets and bits and bondage, but it's simple, it works. And so for any of you out there that are looking at building your own ruck system, at the moment, like I say, I paid the exact price. I went back and looked it up. Exact price was £22.79.
Someone said fireworks.
Yeah, £22.79, and that was surplus and lost in the UK. They charged me £7 postage. Okay. But if you look around your local Army surplus stores, you'll probably be able to find one through them for the same sort of money. Evening, Stephen. Hello, Sam.
Yeah, Ben, the trailer Mick's been and sealed all the roof now, so there should be no water leakage.
Yeah, but a bit busy.
We're waiting to get to dry out a bit so we can go out and get the hammerite done.
Yeah, and stop building the bed.
Yes.
Yeah, got to build the bed. And make it as comfy as possible. And then it's work on the cook system, the electrics,
swimming pool,
the
veranda.
Pool, yeah. Oh, they already started. They already think it's bonfire night. So, yeah, if you hear the bangs in the distance, I do apologise. But the local nutters are out there already pissing around with their fireworks. Not that I got a problem with that. I was a good once myself. I enjoyed my fireworks.
We've had some flooding, but it's been bad on the coast, isn't it? South coast.
Yeah.
Portsmouth.
Inland, we got off pretty light, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've got pretty light. It's not like poor buggers up in Scotland, and that was rough. Yeah. And how do you evacuate an entire town? That's a nightmare, isn't it? Suddenly turn around and go, right, evacuate the whole town.
Oh, it's an absolute logistical nightmare.
Yeah. Well, you've been involved in that sort of thing. Anyhow, you're lot,
yeah, the British Army, we've some of our guys have been involved in that sort of stuff in the past and present currently right now.
Yeah.
But it's I've been, in a sense, fortunate that I haven't actually been
drafted in
to do that.
Yeah.
Because it's not a nice job. It's like currently there have been a couple of deaths already.
Yeah.
Because of these floodings, and it's unfortunate.
And it's the guys that are going to be dealing with that.
Yeah.
One he got hit by a tree, didn't he? He was driving his van, the works van, and got hit by the tree.
Something like that. Yeah.
Fell.
Andy, yeah. I am a bit of a rugby fan, but I'm afraid rugby and boxing for me, I like the amateur side. I'm a village rugby man myself. Anything that's allowed to turn into a proper ding-a-dong is great for me. In actual fact, I remember playing cricket against other villages, and it quite often turned to a bit of a ding dong. But hey, that's all a bit fun. Hiya, mate. How you doing? Ebot, excellent. I hope you like the kit. I hope that works well for you. I hope you have a bit of fun with that. Trina's good. Lee Michael, hi, mate. Glad to see you tonight. Hope you're all good. Hope you're all well, fit, fine, and funky.
Used to be
a hooker.
Well,
Like rugby, Cass, rugby.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, mate.
Evening, Foxy.
Evening, Foxy lady. Hope you're all good. Greetings to you. Hope all is good in your world. Right, blessings be upon you. Okie dokie. Right, so what are we going to talk about tonight? Well, actually, funny enough, because somebody's already mentioned flooding, that was one of the things I wanted to cover. Water everywhere, not a drop to drink. So we've had a bit of flooding in the UK, and funny enough, I was sitting there this afternoon. I was like, "What am I going to talk about?" And one of the videos that came up looking through YouTube was actually in Slot Canyons,
Good evening, Rachel.
Utah, and some guys got caught in a flood there. And I thought, yeah, do you know what? It's not something we don't actually think enough about until it goes wrong. And then once we're in trouble, we're in trouble. And again, it only takes a few inches of water to knock you off your feet. Now, water moving at speed is an immensely powerful thing. And I've seen people caught out by it time and time again. Same thing with vehicles. And something that was thrown up the other day was, how come modern vehicles can't go through water, and yet my old 1972 Viva van used to go through with the headlights under? Well, that's quite simple. It's
none of it.
And it's modern engineering.
No,
so
electronics.
All our older cars, basically, you had a standard engine, carburetor on top, air intake on top of that, air filter on top of that, highest point in the engine bay. Okay. Modern cars are designed with a lot of plastics, and they're also designed to run more efficiently. So normally the air intake on a lot of modern cars is as low as possible. Get it down into cooler, cleaner air, makes the engine more efficient. Problem is, you've now got your air intake in a lot of cars very low down on the bumper. So you go into your bit of water and you start to create a bow wave, and it's all going good until it wallops up into the system and car's dead. There was a system years ago, and I remember seeing them on a couple of military vehicles, where basically in the air box, the air filter box, it was a float valve in there. And if that air box filled with water, the float valve basically closed off the induction system. Yes, it killed the vehicle stone dead, but it stopped the water getting into the engine and absolutely totaling the engine. And I often think to myself, it would take pennies for the manufacturers to produce that and put it in cars. But hang on, not going to sell
like
any
a
more
series
engines,
in the discos. We used to put the electric in a sandwich box. You used to make a hole in it, seal it the box up.
Yeah, put the ECU inside a sandwich box, seal it up with silicone, and that was it. It was dry, it was warm, it was toasty, and it wasn't going to let me down.
Did you find your clips? Rachel asked, did you find your clips?
Yes, I did find the clips, and my buddy there, I'll be having a chat to him later on about that. Helmet clips for the Virtus system.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah, might be after a couple.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, we'll discuss it off camera.
I see, this is Derbyshire, I'm an idiot today. There was 4 of them sitting on top of a car, and the boot's open, and the water is literally just below the boot, the roof. Right, and they thought they'd go through this water like that.
Yeah, people get overconfident, they start crashing through puddles, and it all goes wrong. And the trouble is with modern cars as well, modern electrics, locking systems, security systems, a lot of electronics in those cars, and some of those electronics won't let you open the door once they've shorted out. So hence always keep a window breaker in the vehicle with you. In fact, I actually saw there was a cracking short the other day, it made me laugh, and I should have downloaded it really, and it was I think it was a Tesla. No, it wasn't Tesla. It was a petrol engine. But it's a modern car, and basically it had broken down in the driveway. And where it had broken down, there was a post, and so you couldn't start the car to drive it forward because it won't release the handbrake unless the car's running. Right, the woman couldn't get out the door because the post was in the way, and the engine was knackered. So her old man's like, "What are you going to do?"
I've seen that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the obvious thing is let the window down, climb out the window, or climb over the seats and get out the other door. But it was a funny scenario, and I often look at modern technology and look at it and go, it's great, it is more efficient, it is more fuel efficient, it is more economical, it's more good, but just winding your window down. It's good for the biceps, good for the grip, and it ain't ever going to break.
Andy B said he's been to Bear Down Farm last month. He loved it.
Yeah. Excellent, mate. Excellent. Yes, Bear Down Farm, wonderful place. So I'm glad you enjoyed that. Yeah, lovely guy up there as well. Nice little farm, beautiful site. And I'm hoping to get back up there next year. Hopefully in the spring, get up there for a couple of camps and that. I don't know. Did you get across the other side of the river into a little wooded area? Because that was full when we were there. Well, I say full. There were other people in there, but that was like a lovely little spot.
Yeah, Stephen. Yeah. We've had many landies, and when they run, they.
Yeah. When landies are working, they're working. When they're not, you can fix them.
It was a series.
If it's a series, yeah. And again, old technology, innit? It was simple.
Hello.
I mean, let's face it, the ignition system on a Series 1 Land Rover is one wire anyhow. As long as you can put a live feed to the coil, you're pretty much laughing. And from there, it will go. Yeah, wooded area, Andy. Oh, jealous of you there. That's fucking, excuse my language, that's a stunning spot there. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's one of the camps he did with Mac.
Yeah.
Oh, what is Mac?
Yeah, he's probably knackered. He's been sanding all week.
Yeah.
He's poor old Mac. When Mac comes up later on, Hampshire hog hunters. Yeah.
He does what he's spotlight, doesn't he?
What? Yeah. Lots of wipe on, wipe off jokes because the poor bloke's been sanding walls all week and I think he's knackered. I think what to say, guys, just going back a few minutes, remind me of talking about fireworks. Do you remember we was playing at my camouflage? Oh, Jesus, mine, yeah.
Yeah, mine. I remember sitting in his caravan and my brother threw a lit firework at the caravan. It came through the window and set light to the sofa next to me.
Right, so
that's unfortunate.
I used to wear a camouflage one and I used to have a belt around the outside of it. Okay, and a pocket full of bangers or fireworks, and his pocket was packed. I can't remember how it happened, or I can't remember if he dropped it or somebody had chucked one, but it went straight in his pocket. And he was literally running, holding the jacket away from him as stuff was ejecting itself at speed. With me charging him after him with a sheath knife to cut the belt. Well, I don't know if he was more frightened of the fireworks or the fact I was chasing him with a knife.
You lot used to put the fireworks on the ground and set light to them. And that, and they used to go bounce.
Yeah, big kids.
Yes, Martin, we got a new member of the family.
Yeah. A little Willow back there, a little Shih Tzu. Yeah. I'm not so sure it's a dog actually. I think it's a Peruvian attack guinea pig, one of the long-haired ones. Yeah. Went for his first puppy class yesterday, just get him socialised and that. So he goes in the pen, and he's literally the smallest dog there. And first of all, he's a bit scared and that, and then he just pandemonium after that, didn't he? Yeah. Once he got a little bit of courage behind him, that was it. He was into everything. Dog's twice his size.
What, make a guess appearance? What?
Yeah. Let's get him now. Go on in. You want to come and say hello? Come and meet your fans.
With your little dark face.
Come on in. Yeah, come on in. Come on. It's all right. There we go. Up we go.
Oh,
there we go. There we go.
So you can see your face tonight.
Yeah.
Willow.
There you go. This is Willow. Daddy comes. All right. Yeah. So,
Mr. Wig.
yeah, Mr. Wig.
Mr. Toop.
Mr. Toop. I'm training him to become a hat. So that as I lose it, he can replace it. And yeah, going to go to the groom's
Daddy's
today.
boy.
Yeah. No, not.
No, he's
He's a mummy's boy, but he knows I'm a bit of a softy, so he will creep up on me, and he also knows I'm a soft touch when it comes to things he shouldn't have, like maybe the odd biscuit, a little bit.
Your tobacco, the lighter, my phone, the controllers,
my socks.
Yes,
my socks. He seems to have a thing for feet. Likes my socks, don't you? Where are you off to?
Because I show my butt to the world.
Yeah, you show your butt to the world. Yeah, you don't care.
You put your thumb up his butt.
Yeah, don't eat me wrong. You ain't got a shock of your life then. Yeah, it's a good job there's no English mustard
Rachel
about.
said that pouch you got off Temu was a radio pouch.
Yeah. Excellent.
Evening, Phil.
Excellent. Yes. Evening, Phil. Hope you're all good.
Yeah, he has got the right way around this time.
Excellent. Cheers, Rachel. Yeah. Radio's wise for
What
me.
like dog?
I thought that's the trouble with him. Sometimes you can't tell one end from the other. It did nearly lose me the thumb. If we revert back to last week, English mustard, I'll stop that happening. But yeah, he's 14 weeks. He's a grand little chap. Never thought it'd be a breed I'd be interested in. I'd always had working terriers myself. But I will say he's quite a little character, and he's already had a go at mousing. So yeah, I'm more than happy with him. And yeah, that's it. And obviously, when I'm out filming or I'm away overnight, it's a companion for Kaz. Yeah. He's a little stinker, don't you? Little stinker. And I can't remember who it was. It was one of my American subscribers was telling me she's from Oklahoma, I think it is, and she loves the fact that I use the phrase "okie dokie." So I grew up with that phrase in the West Country. I can't remember exactly where I got it from, but it was at one point everybody was sort of saying "okie dokie," but it always used to be "okie dokie, pig and a pokey," and yeah, that was just something we used to just say as kids, and it just stuck with me. Cheers, Rachel. Do appreciate the help. Yeah, and again, as I've said on this channel time and time again, I'm not an expert. Okay, I have plenty of experience. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I get it wrong. By all means, any of you guys see me get it wrong, pick me up on it, point me in the right direction, because that's how we learn and how we improve. First rule of survival: keep moving forward. Okay, and one of the first rules, right? It's a bit Bluestone 4-2, isn't it?
The jocks and their porn.
Yeah, there we go. Lee Michael, okey cokey, diddly pokey. It's regional slang, isn't it? It depends where you're from.
Do you want to take the bottom off?
You want your boob warmer? There you go, little fella.
Put them round on big bottom.
That's it. Yeah. So yeah, depends where you come from, and there's all sorts of little slang phrases and bits and pieces like that. The one that bugs Caroline that I keep coming out is easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah, just bugs me. It sort of comes out before even I've said it, and then I'm like, really. Rule number 1: don't panic. Yeah, like that. First rule of the woods: get the brew on.
You know you're British when you get in the tea on.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. First rule of combat, sir.
You've got to have tea and biscuits.
Put the kettle on, and let's see what these buggers are doing. Just start getting back to the older. I say, Carruthers, there seems to be hundreds of them. It's not a problem. There's enough to go round.
Tell you what, I've started watching recently. Sharp.
Yeah,
started rewatching that again.
Yeah, get back into that. Yeah, Bernard Cornwell.
Brilliant show.
Yeah, brilliant series. Yeah, based on the books or the diary of Daniel Hagman. That's where Bernard Cornwell got the idea from.
Oh, yeah. He's the one that's singing it.
Yeah, so he kept the character Daniel Hagman in the series as the poacher. And Daniel Hagman was a poacher. He was the son of a vicar, hence he could read and write. He caught poaching, got subscribed.
He had a choice. He'd go to prison.
Forced into the army, basically. Yeah, it was join the army. Right. But because he was a poacher, he was a crack shot. He also knew his fieldcraft. So when they started the rifle regiment, these were the guys that they wanted, you know. Coot Manningham, I think it was the guy that started it. So when they started it, these were blokes he wanted. He wanted guys that could move independently, good shots, and all that. And then, of course, they got the rifle. And that just meant, that was the difference. That was like, I can hit a man at 20 yards or I can now hit a man at 300 yards. Hated by our enemies at the time and hated by a lot of the rest of the British Army because they were quite happy to knock off officers. And that wasn't done, you know. Don't shoot the officers, they're gentlemen. You just shoot the grunts. They're just, you know, peasants. God, can you imagine warfare at that time? Form up a rank 50 metres from your enemy. Right.
Time of the one-shot rifles.
Yeah, load, aim.
I'd have some courage for that. Yeah,
I had to have courage for that. That must have worked.
Yeah, kick and caboodle. That's another good one.
Kick and caboodle. Yeah.
I got one at the wazoo. Yes.
And it's the other thing, of course. Yeah, involved into Royal Green Jackets. And again, you know that the for those of you that don't know, Royal Green Jackets march at a faster rate to almost everybody else in the British Army, or light infantry do. And that was all about manoeuvring. That was about getting these guys out to the front, getting around the enemy's force, picking off the people that were important, and then being able to drop back. So they were sharpshooters. Not a job I want. And it's always made me laugh. I'm not being racist. I don't wish to offend anybody. Please don't be offended. But it's just something that does make me chuckle. So you got light infantry. These are all speed marchers. These are guys that can march very quickly from here to there and manoeuvre. And then you've got the Gurkhas. Shortest people in the world from a mountain region that quite often have very short legs. Very stable, solid, can go for days. But it's just and if you want to see something that's really impressive and you're a bit bored, have a look on YouTube and watch the Gurkha band doing their speed march. That's impressive. There's no two ways about it.
Olympia, haven't we?
Yeah, absolutely awesome to watch them guys come in, but their legs go like pistons. You know,
there's massive respect for the Gurkhas in the British Army anyway. Cause like, the British Army, when they recruit us, it's like the recruitment standards for like the physical training side of it. When I first went through back in 2015, it's like the standards weren't exactly. I was very fit back then, and I still am now. Yeah. But it's like what the Gurkhas have to go through
to get in. Yeah, because of selection.
Like, some won't go home, will they? They don't get.
It's like their selection rate is about 90% kicked off.
Yeah,
it's like what they've got to go through compared to what we go through is like massive respect to them.
And it was a big in the day. It was such a big thing to them to get into the British Army because it meant they were going to have a life.
Well, it still is.
Yeah, I know they put nets the selection centres. There's up in Kathmandu and that. There's some very big bridges over quite deep gorges, and they've actually netted them. Because these guys, rather than go home if they failed, rather than go home, would commit suicide. It was they didn't want the shame of going home and saying I failed to get in, which is that's bloody awful.
I suppose if your grandparents had done it, your father and your uncles and that too.
Well, there's massive pride in Nepal. There's only 2 centres in the whole of Nepal where you can actually go to do the recruitment for it.
Yeah,
and it's like these families which live in very rural areas will spend. Like save up hundreds of thousands of rupees to get their child to try and join the British Army because it's a much better standard of living.
Yeah, that's it. And you can never begrudge anybody that. You know, I get people saying, "Oh yeah, well they come over here, they join the British Army and all the rest of it, and then they want to stay." Well, without being nasty, without being rude to people, at least they put something into the country. At least they served. Okay. Always. Oh, sorry, did I catch your tail? Sorry, mate. Oh, I'm so
You see that? He beat his dog up live on TV.
Oh, right.
Don't say that.
All right. Yeah. I feel guilty as hell now.
You have to give him a biscuit later.
Sorry, mate. Oh, typical. So yeah. So at least they've served. You know, they've done their time.
Yeah, they did a lot of amazing things in the Falklands, didn't they?
Yeah. Frightened the life out of the Argentinians, didn't they?
Yeah, they didn't like that.
That's a bad way of prepping your guys for an enemy, isn't it? Is when you turn around to your soldiers, bear in mind they're all conscripts, and a lot of these lads would have been semi-illiterate. You turn around to them and go, Gurkhas are coming. And they ain't just going to kill you. They're going to eat you. I'm going to stand here in the position and wait for them to come or I'm a fucking off ski.
So wherever the Gurkhas go, they've got a reputation, even in Afghanistan. Yeah. It's like there was a story which I got told by a Gurkha that was out there. Yeah. It's like, I can't repeat it because it's
bit sensitive.
Monetize it. But it's even the Taliban were like, they left the whole FOB alone, the forward operating base.
We're going to mess with the Gurkhas.
They were like, no, we're not messing with them for like a week or two.
Yeah, exactly that, John. Yeah, they're giving to society. They're putting something in order to get something out. I'm all for that. Yeah, tie your boots up right. Yeah, don't think that's so much of a worry these days, is it?
Well, you say that, but there are some guys out there that it's like you'll come on a parade square, and it's like they've done their laces up in such a weird way. Yeah, so you're looking at them going like, it's not supposed to be like that. Like, what have you done? What the fuck? It's like you're wondering why half an hour in, but you lost all circulation to your feet.
The feet have gone.
You're just like, oh.
You still get it there. You still get those that want to be an individual.
Yeah, 600 Gurkhas. From Port Stanley, 2,000 Argies gave it. I mean, don't think we really touch on the Gaza thing at the moment.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. So now I hope you all enjoyed the interview with Tommy, and he is going to do a bit more. That was our first go at it, so it was a bit basic, wasn't it? We both sat here and
they're interested, though.
And we've got. I'm trying to get in contact with a couple of other friends, Lee and a mate Ken. Ken I haven't seen for a few years, but I'm trying to get in contact with them. They have some. They're well out now, so again I can have them on screen, and they've got some stories to tell. The fact that the Stanley Flask fits through a Challenger 1 barrel. It's a brilliant story. The way the guy tells the story is absolutely awesome. So I'll try and get Lee on here one night or one day, do a video, do an interview with him. And likewise, any of you guys have got a story that you want to tell, okay? Hit me up.
You turn them orange.
And we will try and get you. We'll find a way of meeting up. If we have to meet halfway or something, we'll try and do a chat and an interview. Because people seem to like that sort of thing. It brings a bit of life to the world, a bit of light. But I always try and keep it light-hearted. I'm not interested in sharing people's terrors or their fears. I'm not interested in glorifying certain things that happen. We all know they do. However, the humour is always something that's always impressed me. No matter how dark, it's how people manage and get by. So, we'll try and keep it that way. Stories of bravery. Yeah, I'll accept that. But it's all good fun. It's all good fun, and it hasn't changed either. Like I said the other week, you could go back to Hadrian's Wall. Those 2 Roman legionnaires stood on that wall, moaning about the sword is the cheapest manufacturer, the sandals don't fit properly, the bloody mini skirt is useless, it's cold, right? Staring out there at hordes of naked blue Scotsmen running through the thistles, screaming. In fact, I'm convinced the reason that they invented the bagpipe was when they went to war, charging through the undergrowth in their kilts with everything dangling below them, through all the nettles, brambles and thistles, the bagpipes hid the screaming.
I'll tell you what, I was in Germany last year and we were working on Challenger 2 and AS-90 self-propelled artillery. And it was about 8 o'clock at night, we were working late. and all we could hear from the next hangar across was people like playing the bagpipes.
Yeah.
Because at the time, one of the commanding officers was leaving, so they're doing a handover takeover, so we're practicing for that. And my sergeant at the time, he said, "Why? Tell them to off." I was like, he didn't hear anything. It was like, "Where'd you go? Come back!" So I was already walking across. Stop! Don't actually do it!
Don't do it! Yeah.
So, Stephen, you got zipped in your maggot and left on the parade ground. Oh dear.
Yeah, I've known a few folks that's happened to. And maggot racing, of course. Nothing like a good old-fashioned maggot race across the block. So you get into your sleeping bag the wrong way round, line yourselves up, and off you go. Normally assisted with the kind boots and movements of everybody else. When you get to the end of the block, if you're lucky, somebody hasn't opened the door.
Good evening, Mac.
Straight down the stairs. Evening, Mac. How you doing, mate? Hey, never late. Just making an entrance.
You paid 20 quid for one sickie. Ben.
Hey, mate, when you're desperate, you're desperate. Yeah.
A small bit of my realm.
What's an envelope, Lee? Leasing about envelope was my favourite.
I used to like Freckle myself.
Oh.
Yeah, Freckle.
Yes, Mac, we've just been watching some videos downstairs when Tommy come round and he saw the Oktoberfest where the young ladies sit on the
Devil's Wheel.
The Devil's Wheel was spinning round.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've got to have a bit of Devil's Wheel. I'm going to make one.
You're chipped in and got 3 pulls each. Oh, dear.
But the point is there, Benny. You all chipped in. We had 3 pulls in a fag. It's brotherhood and teamwork.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, it's that desperation. But you all shared it. Nobody grabbed it and ran. I bet nobody took an extra long drag. It was a case of you wouldn't have thought of doing that. You just div it out.
Went out for a drink once. Yeah. With Max Specials.
Went out for a drink once. Come back 25 years.
Where did the time fly?
25 years later. Oh, do excuse me. Oh, God. I've got to give these things up. Yeah, exactly that. It's brotherhood, bonding, friendship, true friendship. And the other weird thing is, a lot of people don't get is, you can work with somebody, or you can have somebody that you would never consider a friend in the outside world. In the civvy world, you would never have considered them a buddy. You might not like their politics. You might not like their attitudes. Yeah,
I like that, Lee.
When you're in the field together,
his envelope.
Yeah, you give them as much time, effort, care, and affection as you would your own child. You look after them, and that's the difference, isn't it? Because you're learning the realities of life, and the fact that
Lee should explain the envelope.
Hey,
Lee just explained the envelope one.
Yeah. Especially when they've staggered back, Lee. Especially staggered back into the block, 3 o'clock in the morning. They need 2 hours, Kit.
I remember how many times did we take Welsh Guards back to the depot? Because they're in order shot, crashed out.
Matt, shaving the Welsh Guards mascot because its hair was too long.
Oh.
That was a para-reg thing, wasn't it? Yeah, it's
so what
too long.
was it? The goat?
Goat.
Oh.
Went out on a chip with somebody else's shoes, looked like Coco the fucking clown.
Just sounds 12.
Yeah. Getting caught coming in with somebody else's ID card. Trying to explain that one. But hey, these things happen, don't they? These things happen. It's what makes us who we are.
Counterbalances the bad memories. the fun stuff.
The good memories, the fun, the laughs, the jokes, no matter how dark they are. That's what counterbalances the real dark times, the misery, the heartbreak, and we don't go too much on this channel, purely and simply because we're about positivity. We're about trying to pick people up and trying to help people. So, again, unlike some other people, we don't stick to the dark side. We try and go to the light. Go to the light. Moth-like. Yeah. Waking up in strange places. Yeah. WRAC camps. Yeah. There are a couple of guys that have done that in the past. Women's Royal Army Corps. Yeah.
It could have been. It could have been the fannies.
Could have been the fannies. It's nothing like waking up in a fanny.
Don't look at me. Oh, you're talking from your day. So it's very different now.
Yeah.
£250 fine, was it worth it?
Probably was, Mac. Probably was worth it. Yeah, if I know Mac, it was worth it. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No.
Yeah. Go straight on parade from a night out.
Yeah, but like stripes, isn't it? When they've been practicing, and they have to go out on parade.
Yeah. Is that parade vomit? That doesn't help. Back 250 beer tokens. Or 250 beer tokens. That must have hurt. If you had 250 beer tokens, you'd have been a rich man. You'd have been a happy dude. Yeah. Oh, and then going into the naffy to get a beer and finding the only thing I got was cans of Harp. But you still drink it. Oh, suffer it. Yeah, you just put up with it. Nowadays, British Army drinks posh beers. Foreign names on it.
I mean, thank God it's because it was cheap.
I got some Stella over there, or I've got some IPA.
It was on sale.
Mag!
Well, what's he said?
He snagged the nappy bird and got free beer for months.
How did you fucking know that?
Getting Union jacked around Parade Square. Pissed, yeah. Yes, and punishments. Let's face it, old school punishments. You know, you will paint every single curbstone in this camp. You will
clean the toilets with a toothbrush.
One white, one black, right round the camp.
They actually still do that.
They still do it. Yeah.
No, they don't do it like one black, one white anymore, but they still definitely do painting the curbstones.
Painting the curbstones, and you'd finish it. You finish it, and they'd be told
she was married.
Doesn't look good. I now want them on the corners. I want them yellow and black, and then it'd be you've gone too far. I want those two put back to black and white. Oh, it's just balls aching you. Although my claim to fame was.
Do I need to hear this?
Dealing with somebody that had ND'd and negligent discharge of a weapon on the range. So I looked at the situation, and it was a punishable situation. I didn't want it to go too far up the line. It could be dealt with there and then. It was a fuck up. So we had pea shingle on the firing point. So I made the person spend the day sorting the pea shingle into a pile of white pea shingle, a pile of brown pea shingle, and a pile of dark brown pea shingle, one at a time. So that's at least taking the pea shingle out. Only to be told after about 6 hours and having these 3 lovely piles of pea shingle, please put it back and make sure it's mixed evenly. But again, it's punishments like that. You remember, they don't physically hurt you, they don't damage you. Right? There's nobody taking a stick to you, but by God, you'll remember. You're sitting there going, never do that again.
And don't fill it back in. So Max says that it was her sergeant husband wasn't best pleased.
So, Matt, you started as you intended to go on, I see.
So 3-barrel nicked bad, but the 2-barrels okay.
End of days, internal punishments, eh? Will you take the CO's orders or the CO's punishment, or do you want to take it up the line? Always take the CO's punishment. Anyhow, yeah.
Oh dear.
Lee, I'd like to say, I bet you had a perfect hole.
Someone else would have come by and go, look at that! I've got it already done.
Yeah. Engineers getting asked to dig a trench up on Salisbury Plain using earth-moving equipment. They sort of pointed out that's not going to be such a good idea. Yeah, do it. And they basically just had a big white line across Salisbury Plain where they used the diggers to dig this quick trench. There's chalk the ground, and white shows up really well on green. Drops. Anyhow, had a little find this week, or she had a little find. So some bits to add to my kit, and important bits to add to my kit. Put me in my happy place when I'm out and about.
Me and my
And I didn't know they did some of these. So individual Nutellas.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect for the kit.
Well, I've got him.
Nice little bit of
in my bag.
Little bit of happiness.
Right. Marmite.
Individual Marmites.
Yeah.
John, I don't know if you've ever had Marmite. I don't know if you get that out in the States. If not, I'll slip one of those into the bag for you.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. Always have some in your kit. Brilliant stuff. And again, one of my absolute favourites. Individual honeys. Again, sort of thing. Yeah, find that when you're on your travels. See them somewhere, especially if you're stopping in a little hotel. Going for the old continental breakfast. Handful of them in the bag. That's,
going back up and putting
mayonnaise in your handbag, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Ketchup. Good squaddy always has a bit of hot sauce in his bag, doesn't he?
Hot diggity dog. Yeah. You got those little hot diggity dog.
I've got some of those hot
really small tobacco bottles.
Yeah. You got a red or a green cap ones.
Yeah.
You've got some downstairs.
For Ayla.
Oh dear.
That's your excuse, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It was an all-you-can-eat, and I thought,
yeah, it was. It was an all-you-can-eat buffet, and Kaz booked
breakfast.
for the breakfast. Kaz booked for the continental, and I booked for an all-English. But actually, when I got up in the morning, do you know what? I just didn't feel like it, and really didn't feel like it. So I snaffed some of those instead. What the hell?
Yeah, great for salt, peppers, and sugar.
Yeah. I don't think I know squad it doesn't dive into McDonald's every now and again and grab a handful. It's whiteners, sugars.
You always do really hard. We used to get
when you're on exercise, you will, yeah.
Yeah.
We used to go into Debenhams and they used to have those pyramid-shaped milks.
Yeah.
You had to pull a little tab back to get the bloody milk out, but you got to try and do it without squeezing it because pull the little tab of it.
In fact, I think that's probably something that terrifies McDonald's on the motorways. You know, we see it won't be 4 tonners now, it'll be a coach, but coach coming and all the squaddies getting out. So they're straight to McDonald's, going to level them, loading up pockets. And for some reason, those nick the straws as well. Don't know why.
Not what I've been about.
Is it for stirring things?
I think it was a case, it's a military thing, isn't it? It's like, if it's there and it's free, have it.
I won't even confirm nor deny that comment.
You would neither confirm nor deny it. No, it's fair play.
So, Benny, have you tried revisited your making a frying pan out of wood?
Yes,
well,
Benny. When are you going to
branches.
revisit frying pan out of wood?
I did eggs and bacon on branches.
I love that sort of initiative. I like that thinking. That right. Okay, how would I?
Yeah, I'll probably do hide them or charge you.
Yeah, that's the rule of survival. That is, look at your problem, come up with an answer. No matter how plausible, no matter how wild, come up with an answer.
Yeah, because you can't go to don't go to Padstow to Rick Stein's fish and chip shop because he charges £2 for mayonnaise or tartar sauce.
Yeah, £2 for a little. I mean, a little sachet like that of tartar sauce or ketchup.
He stole your mug. That's bad.
Bastard. But, you say that though, Brian. Isn't that one of the rules?
Like, we can steal.
Yeah, you're in somebody else's unit and Flags. It's there and it's it's like, I'll have that. That look good. That's Gucci.
Pens.
Why are you looking at me again? I'm confirm or deny
that. No, I'm just really thinking you couldn't
just there. Hey, you'll never beat Max lot. I mean, crikey, they I think they got banned from visiting other camps in the end.
He actually did it for
John,
branches.
Yeah, he did. He made a frying pan out of sticks. I won't let too much go, but if you have a look for channel name, come
it's,
on. Let me dive back through that. Benny's Bushcraft. Benny Bushcraft, the Paranormal Camper.
Yeah.
That's his channel. So it's Benny Bushcraft, the Paranormal Camper. Have a dive through his. And it's a good bit of thinking. I'm not gonna give too much away, but yes, you can make a frying pan out of sticks.
And he makes some fantastic things out of tins.
Yeah, and his homemade cook sets. Yeah, love them. Brilliant. And again, so Benny does a lot of the real back to basics hobo stoves and things like that, and looks at problems and goes, how we're going to deal with that. Okay, he's ex-infantry, but I won't hold that against him. But that idea of could you, would you, and he did, and it did work. It took a long time, and the eggs were probably a bit more scrambled than fried.
It worked.
It worked. He was able to cook the food, make it safe to eat. Okay, and that's the priority in it. Survival techniques. It's worth a look. It is quite interesting.
Exactly, Stephen. Everything turns to cake. Scone,
yeah. Fast cake. Yeah. It was a nickname for PE4 at one point. Scone.
Is it?
Yeah.
Scone.
Yeah. Scone. Detonator in. Fire in the hole. Scone. Fast cake. Deck cord. Rolled up around a tennis ball. Initiated. That's scone as well.
Or remember,
at 18 kilometres a second, if I remember correctly.
Remember on the edge of a certain plane, putting balls of mud into the tubes, the metal pipes.
Oh,
put a crow scarer in first. Put the ball of mud in. And
we had a load of crow scarers. We were out on a day on sort of plane, bored, yobs, and
you should see what we did under a bridge.
Somebody dropped a crow scarer, which is basically like a small thunder flash into a metal tube. It was a pipe. It was at one point in its life, it probably had a sign on it, but it gone. It's a military thing. Dropped it in, and it launched a bit of muck that was in there, about 30 foot. Yeah, at which point everybody started laughing. That was funny.
See how far we can get them high.
So then it came to like dropping water into the pipe to shorten the pipe and making balls of mud.
Yeah.
So it's like one would like the charge, drop the charge, and then the other one would drop the ball. And see how high we could get them to go.
Smoking a.
Yeah, if there was anybody using the training area that day, I apologise because I don't know what was going on. Derek, my guest off camera is Tommy. Tommy is an active serving member of His Majesty's Armed Forces. And so, as I said on the video the other day, there's 3 reasons why he doesn't really want to be seen on camera. 1, being an active serving member of Majesty's Forces, it protects his anonymity and his security. 2, if he's off camera and nobody knows his name and he lets slip something, or he's a bit irrelevant, or he may say something at some point that somebody decides is wrong, or they want to pick him up on, they can't, because I'll never divulge. And thirdly, he's got mates that are in the army. And as we all know, with any armed forces anywhere in the world, don't care whose you are, if there's a chance to rip a mate, you will. You'll rip him. So at the end of the day, if he's off camera, yeah, it just keeps his anonymity.
Max sent you a message. Yeah, we did one once. We had one of those really a bit like a catapult, but the giant catapults, and we launched a golf ball off a roof of a Range Rover.
Oh dear, that was classic. That was classic. So you blame me, that's not a problem, mate. I'll take it on my shoulders. Yeah. Matt told an Italian student to fuck off accidentally.
Oh.
Yeah, poor old Matt. We went over to pick up a table for him through the week, and from a student, Italian student, who pretty much said to him, "Yeah, come over, pick this table up." He got there. We literally got outside and got a message on Mac's phone going, "Oh, my mate's decided to give it to somebody else." Well, we've driven the best part of 30 miles to get the thing, so not best pleased. So Mac's phone, just at the point that Mac said, well, pretty much he can fuck off, or she can fuck off, his phone had said, "Do you wish to send a reply?" So the Italian student got a reply before we could either of us do anything, to which we both chortled like kids, and Max sorted it out and blamed me. Not our problem. I think that's what makes it for.
Oh, the blame game.
Yeah, the blame game. Remember, first rule, it was the big boy made me do it.
Trying crow scare onto a bonnet of someone's car to go into a tunnel.
Again,
on the highway.
Yeah, I mean,
just being a yob.
I remember pulling down the roof of a pub, actually to be redecorated, and I was putting down.
Oh, right, so there was a reason for it.
I was putting down the plaster ceiling,
boardy type stuff,
and I'm pulling down the ceiling, and I'm on the scaffolding, and a certain friend of mine crept up behind me. Now, bear in mind, it was that dusty and mucky, and I've got an older S10 British Army issue respirator that we borrowed for the day. I've got the filters on it, and I'm up there and I'm pulling this stuff down. I'm sweating like a big covered in dust and crap. But 8 foot off the deck, just working away like a beaver. And all of a sudden, there was a boom behind me, and I mean a boom. They got a thunder flash. Lit it. Put it on the scaffolding right behind my feet whilst I'm working away.
He literally took off at the ceiling.
Fucking hell. Nearly blew me across the bloody room. Yeah. And the funny thing was, you know, when you get up and you brush yourself down and you're looking around to see who's guilty, nobody to be seen. Cleared the place.
Yeah.
All done a runner. I can figure out who was responsible, because there is a certain friend of mine that when he does things like that, he gets a guilty look.
I actually saw that person, but I'm not saying.
Yeah.
I thought it's funny. What? No, you're not. Oh, you're too late.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm so used to it. John, it's a nightmare. It will always be, for me, a Majesty's Armed Forces or a Majesty's Service or a Majesty's Armed Forces personnel. Trying to get it to His Majesty's Forces is just a nightmare. My brain has 58 years of saying, yeah, God bless Her Majesty the Queen, and trying to change it to His Majesty the King is just, yeah. And I think there's a lot of people like that. A lot of people like that. It's just, I know some people get really anal about it, but I think most people look at you and they go, yeah, I know what you mean, and let it go.
Yeah. I miss good old Lizzie.
Yeah, we'll miss Liz. Yeah. God bless her. May she rest in peace.
It's what John said. What do you expect? I was unsupervised. That's what patch that John got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, supervision.
You two should not be allowed in a room together. Let her in a Land Rover.
What, me and Mac?
Yeah.
I don't see what's wrong with that. We've never intentionally broken a law, harmed an innocent person, or contravened any instruction given to us by a sober, law-abiding, decent person. There we go. I think that's just about. We've never met anybody like that. That's why.
Yeah. Especially all three of us are born the same year, and a few months
said, Mac.
different.
I like that. That's Mac's attitude to that.
Yeah.
The king is airborne. God save the king. Fair play. Can't argue with that one.
Yes, Lee, you would know how. You don't know how true it is.
What, brother from another mother?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. In 1965, an alien mothership travelled from one end of Britain to the other, inseminated 2 women. One was my mother, the other one was Mac's. Yeah, we're brothers from another mother's. Yeah. It was, yeah. At no time did we ever violate the law of gravity. Never. Gravity? What's gravity? That's just a conspiracy. That is gravity.
There was 8 of us on a little tiny fishing boat. Went across from Cavelli to Lundy.
Yeah, that was a good day. That was.
Oh, our youngest son it was his 16th birthday. They got him very, very drunk, and they kept giving him the slot bucket, and he kept throwing. Poor little devil.
I read that.
Oh yeah, I met Caroline, a sister from another mister. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, Mac. I've never conducted military exercises on a military training ground whilst being a CV unsupervised. I don't know what you're talking about, Mac. Russians.
I'm completely innocent. I've never done anything wrong. I've never been.
Yes. Never done anything wrong.
No, never had drinking with Mac.
I can hand on heart say I've always tried to be a decent person, but the emphasis on tried.
You're a better man than me.
I made the effort. I may have fucked up occasionally. I may have occasionally offended people. I regularly offend people.
Try saying that again with a straight face.
What? I regularly offend people.
So you can't.
Yes.
Don't know what it is. I'm always getting it. Even when I'm trying to be nice, I seem to cause offence. I'm in the supermarket. I stand back and say, there you go, my love. Off you go. I'm not your fucking love. How dare you?
Yeah, that's in Scotland. He said, "You're right, mate. I'm not your fucking mate."
Yeah, I'm not your fucking mate, you English bastard. Right? Flying. Come and see the accelerating head.
Tell you what, most of my missus' family, they've got Scottish heritage where they can even trace their family back to like a coat of arms and everything like that.
Yeah.
Worst decision I ever made to say, like, I was going up to the Midlands to see her grandparents.
Yeah.
And I said, I've never had iron brew. She was like,
you what?
You're having it right now. I was like, no. I've even been to Scotland. Like, I've been to Glasgow, Edinburgh, Inverness. I've still never had iron brew. They got good beer. I'll give them that. They got good drinks. I've never had iron brew.
Accidentally on purpose. Accidentally on purpose there. I'm trying to be nice, but you're still here and breathing. Yeah.
Yeah, made from girders.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know what it is. It's just we live in a world today where people are so easily offended by nothing. so easily offended by nothing, and even when you're trying to be nice, they get offended. I think I'm just going to change my attitude. I'm just going to be like, instead of going, excuse me, there you go, my love, go through this, I'm just going to go, no, fuck off, you wait there, you ugly moose.
Moose head.
Let's take my moose gun, I'm going moose hunting. For those friends of mine that may be in other countries,
Grandma, get off the damn roof.
A moose in the UK is probably, it's a certain breed of female.
Truffle.
Yeah. So yeah, you make
Truffle
suddenly shout, "Go on, Grandma, give me my moose gun." It's
usually found in Lidl or Asda.
Yeah, no, we found in Lidl or Asda. Yeah. Iron brew with vodka is nice.
Oh no.
No. There's only one way to drink vodka, but you've got to freeze the bottle first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Take your vodka, good quality vodka, put it in the freezer, leave it there for 3 days.
So as you're well aware, I don't touch spirits as a rule anyway. So vodka to me tastes like nail varnish.
Yeah, it pretty much is nail varnish.
Yeah,
but
almost not alcohol.
Ditch pig.
Yes, John. Ditch pig, same thing. And again, I mean that as no slur on women. I have as many derogatory terms for men as I do women. However, it's just certain people in society, and we've all come across them. I'm not going to label them or point them out, but we've all come across them that just...
Who has a face like a smacked arse.
Yeah, just... No matter how hard you try to be nice, polite, pleasant,
sort yourself out,
they're just going to be offended. Yeah. I think the thing to do is look them straight now and go, well, you're just lucky I didn't say what I was really thinking, moose, and walk on. Do you reckon, my lovely?
Yeah.
Yeah, throw abuse where abuse is needed.
Mm-hmm.
Use your abuse like a grenade. Pull the pin and let it go. That's what happens when I drink cider, you see.
I have never gone for anyone.
Yeah, there we go. Shall we let the recipe out, Mac?
Yes.
Yeah, so if any of you ever want to try a Mac special, please make sure that you're accompanied by a suitable adult. And what you want to do is a Jack Daniels and Tia Maria. Yeah, in fact, it was a single Jack Daniels, double Tia Maria, wasn't it?
Double Jack.
Double Jack Daniels, single Tia Maria. Yeah. Yeah.
Down in one.
Down in one. Yes, known to make
several.
Known to make people fall over. Yeah, Ray's got a neighbour like that. It's no pleasing. Yeah, you try hard sometimes, don't you? I mean, to now it sounds like I'm a grumpy old bastard, and occasionally I can be, but. Oh, a tiny US piece of land in the UK. You're not talking about Land's End, are you?
Oh,
there, Derek?
that place.
Don't, it fires me up. Fires me right up. Yeah. How dare the British government sell Land's End to the Americans? Oh. I go, no, nothing against the Americans owning land.
Yeah.
But that is an iconic piece of Cornwall. And they went, the last 500 metres, we'll sell it to the Disney Corporation.
Yeah.
Really? Thank you.
Yeah.
Cornwall, the Cornish got bugger all to start off with. Then you go selling Land's End. Twats. You know?
Calm down now.
Yeah, I got fired right.
Because you got two furthest points away from one another is
John of
Gropes to Land's End.
Yeah.
And yeah. Oh, Pernod Black, I used to love that.
Yeah.
Until one day I got really, really drunk. I had a row with my cousin and I drank Baby Sham as well. Oh, did I regret that?
You know what, my friend of mine, he's about 50 years old and he's started making snake bite again.
Oh, God.
Snake bites.
Oh, tried some of that. So 5 of them in one night, never doing that again.
I used to drink Purple Nasties, which is half a pint of strong cider, half a pint of strong lager, and then a double shot of blackcurrant in the top. You put the blackcurrant in first, you end up with the purple froth.
I seem to remember.
My dad, when he used to own a pub, he he used to drink Stella, like almost a full pint of Stella, but with a splash of dark fruits, strawberry in it. That was actually quite nice.
Yeah, just takes the edge off it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I remember someone
lager with me. I'm not a lager drinker. I'm not really a lager fan, but a nice ice cold lager on a hot day, but with lime in it. I can go for that.
2020, I've had that for years.
Myself personally, I quite like lager, so I'm into my dark ales.
Yeah, I
can't drink beer, lager. I just don't like the taste of it. Yeah. Ciders, I'll drink it. Yeah, by the gallon.
Yeah. When I was in buying my cider yesterday, I did notice that they had a gallon of cripple cock on the one side, and I was like, very nearly grabbed a gallon of that. But if I had done, I've been on my arse now. I don't think I can take that anymore.
I remember when White Lightning come out, the old cider you weren't supposed to drink. And I remember going to the local cider house in Godalming and having a hand grenade, which is half a pint of the two strongest ciders mixed together.
All right, yeah, Derek, didn't know that. So there's a memorial to JFK at Runnymede in Surrey.
Yeah.
An acre plot gifted to America by the British Crown in 1965.
I've been there, yeah.
Yeah. So I've no problem with that. No problem with that at all. Yes. Lost Puppy, welcome to Tier 1, my friend. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Much appreciated. Yeah, do appreciate that.
I like
every little bit helps.
I like absinthe.
Absinthe, yeah, Cass likes absinthe. Yeah.
I don't like
Is that the
one that tells you, woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, Sambuca's a killer.
Saying nothing.
Oh, Sambuca Black. That tastes like licorice.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. Yeah, that's why I like Pernod Black.
Yeah.
I love licorice.
I like licorice, like the sweet. I can't drink that Sambuca Black though.
The thing is, it's anything like that's when people start setting fire to it. It always worries me. When I was working as a doorman, there was at one point there was a phase where it was like people setting fire to Sambuca and then chasing the shots. I've probably seen more people with burns on their faces than ever had to deal with drunks through that. It was just had to put a ban on it. But it was like you telling the bar stuff that don't do it. I don't care how much they want to flame in Sambuca, and you don't serve it. Because fucking hell, that's a horrible burn. It really is.
You ended up on a garage.
Spain. I don't, Derek. I don't, mate. I'm actually not allowed in Spain, but that's a story for another day. We don't shout too loudly about that one for my shame.
So Steve got drunk on Guinness and whiskey shots and woke up on the garage roof. I remember you surfing on the shed roof.
Yeah, I was pissed.
Yeah, he was absolutely hanging. He was.
I'm not one to judge as well. I lived in Germany for 3 years.
Red wine and Coke. Never tried that. Sounds interesting.
Apparently, red wine with milk is something new.
I used to like what we called. I used to call ditch water.
Half red wine, half Coca-Cola.
Orange juice with sherry. It looks like ditch water, but it's really tasty.
I remember when
Gibraltar.
Yeah, doing the door and Red Bull first came in.
Oh,
Red Bulls and vodka. God, bloody hell, that must have caused more fucking violence or something. You get somebody like that nearly annihilated, and then the Red Bull kicks it. Hell. Appleton rum. Oh yeah, now you're talking. Yeah.
How long have you tried this red wine and Coke?
I want to try some of the Caribbean cherry rum or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like you can literally drink it like water. It's that amazing.
They've got a new Smirnoff out now. It's is it Forest Fruits vodka? So there's
something like that.
So it's purple.
Yes, Katrina, your mum did tell you about drinking sessions with Caroline. She was the Cranny Hotel pint swallowing champion. There was many a bloke ended up sat on the floor giggling to himself or being sick.
I don't drink lager and beer, but I love cider. So I had the pub record for a pint of cider in 5.6 seconds.
That was a cold pint as well. It had to be cold.
I think I can beat that.
Yeah.
I think I'll beat that.
Yeah, after doing it a couple of times,
Yeah.
I can tell you about your mum. You used to end up on the floor, cradling the arm of cradling one of the pillars, crying.
Yeah. Port and brandy. Oh, now port. Now you're talking. Do love a glass of port or a bottle. To the point of being an ex-oil engineer, I'm liable to drink my port from pint glasses. Don't mess about with a stupid little port glass. Just get yourself a pint glass, pour it in, and just sit back and enjoy. Oh, yeah.
Probably.
I think the silliest thing I ever drunk, and that led to me getting into a hell of a scrap. Actually, well, I don't even remember the scrap. I woke up the following morning in the middle of a cricket pitch. But I was drinking half pints, racing my mate. And what I didn't realise halfway through, they were slipping vodkas into them. Call that a bad night. Vodka spiked watermelon.
No, we did that in Italy, actually.
Yeah, that's nice.
No, I think the worst one is when you and Nutty were drinking bottles of Grand Marnier each, slugging the whole bottle down.
That was a stupid thing to do. That really was stupid.
First party he took me to.
Yeah.
And he was absolutely mullered.
Yeah. Oh, Nutty, bless him.
I ended up in a party full of bikers and punks and that. I didn't know anyone until someone I went to school with. Laced some drink I had with speed.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a bad day, wasn't it? Yes. So, yeah, I don't think one of the daftest other things I've ever remember doing was trying to drink 9 pints of Guinness one after the other as quick as possible. Yeah, that made me quite ill.
I've done a sort of challenge where you only drink Guinness one night and that's all you drink.
Yeah.
Never doing that again.
No. No, somebody. We were talking about what you could drink, and I was young and stupid, and I went, "Yeah, I could drink 10 pints of Guinness," and they all went, "No, you couldn't." So I could, one after the other. I love Guinness. I used to love Guinness, and so they stuck 10 pints of Guinness on the counter in front of me, and I got to 9 before I had to quit.
Oh dear, Derek.
So when I
got roofied. Oh dear, Derek. It's an adventure for you, my friend. And that's the point. I've got to get hold of Hugh Fungus because it's that time of year. What I'm talking about, roofies and things like that. See about going down, meeting up with him in the New Forest to do a walk and talk through on some fungi, which would be quite interesting. And again, not magic fungi, just edible fungi. We'll keep it to that. I mean, I know which ones not to eat, which ones you can eat.
I'll let him try first.
Yeah, getting drunk on Guinness is an experience.
Getting drunk on Guinness.
Yeah, it's harder to get rid of than it is to put in.
You know, I've never tasted it.
The actual experience of the night was actually pretty good. It's just the after effect the next morning.
Following day,
all that iron in your bloodstream. Yeah. Oh god, no.
Yeah,
never again.
And your brain's trying to destroy you.
Yeah,
yeah, it's not a good thing.
More thinking about that bit.
Yeah. So last week we discussed mostly food. Tonight we discussed mostly alcohol. I would like to make this point here and now to anybody from YouTube that watches this or any young people that may be watching this. Alcohol is not your friend.
No.
Definitely not. Enjoy your drinking responsibly. Every single person here that's mentioned something they've done has mentioned a moment that they've lived to regret. Okay? Now, at the end of the day, there is nothing wrong with enjoying a drink. One of the things I have a problem with it in today's society is in my day, as a young man, in actual fact, if you went into a pub and you got annihilated, it was seen as shameful. It was, you can't handle your drink, son. You don't know what to take. You don't know when to stop.
They get annihilated before they go out.
And it was embarrassing. Okay? As a doorman, all I ever wanted to see was people have good fun, enjoy themselves, have a great night, go home safely. I've spent probably best part of 10 years watching people hurt themselves, hurt others, make themselves violently ill, having to phone for ambulances, having to sort them out. all in the name of fun. If you're going to drink, do it responsibly and enjoy it. And make sure you've always, and I think you back me up on this, and all the guys on the channel here will back me up on this. If you're going to go drinking, always have one mate, right, who's going to take it easy that night and keep an eye on everybody else. Simple thing. Just make sure you've got, if you're going to go out and you're going to have a good session, make sure one of you that's responsible enough to set on the cokes, even if you have to buy all these cokes all night, right, just to get you home safe at the end of it, keep an eye on you.
There's also something good about being that guy that's not drinking, is because throughout the whole night you can watch people have all of their fun, and it's nice seeing all your mates having a good time. But at the same time, it's like the next day when they say, "I can't remember what I've done." And that's so much fun. With
yeah. I've quite often been the designated driver.
Do you get me brushing your bum at the bus?
Because again, although on a Sunday night you'll see me have a glass, maybe even 2 glasses of cider, that's the only time I drink. And as everybody that knows me, and quite a few people quite surprised, they go, "Are you drinking?" For many years, I've always told people I'm teetotal, because I would always rather, especially after being a doorman for years, I'd always rather be the sober one, watching everybody else have a good time, make sure they get home all right, their conscience is clear. And again, as Tommy's just pointed out, there's nothing finer than the following day when your mate sits up and goes, "What did I do last night?" And you just look straight at him and you go, "Oh mate, you're in so much trouble. It's all on the CCTV. Yeah, I'll get your alibi sorted now." And you can wind them up for hours on it. Absolutely wind them up for hours. "What did I do?" "Oh mate, I don't want to talk about it. It was that horrific." But I've never seen a zebra look so surprised ever in my life again. "A zebra? Oh yeah, do you remember when we went to the zoo?" "What zoo?"
They always walk them out, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, they do still walk them out the girls' home.
I don't know if guys walk girls home anymore. I know in my day that was a set rule. Simple as that, wasn't it? You escorted the girls home, you made sure they got home safe. Simple as. I think they probably do. Well, do they?
Tell you what, I was actually pretty proud of a young lad. Me and my missus, we went out to Wagamama's.
Yeah.
We went out for like a date, and there was this young couple next to us, and they were only like teenagers, but he had a driving license. And fair play to him, he actually didn't have a drink the whole night.
Yeah, he made sure to stay clean.
Like cocktails of like vodka and whatever, but he stuck to.
Yeah, the thing is, it's responsibility, isn't it? Have your fun, but be responsible with it. Have a good time.
Yes, definitely, John.
Opening up Shaun the Dead. Shaun the Dead, yeah.
Footage could be worth a fortune later for your friends. Get a bit drunk. Yeah, probably be telling, stories. You go up with a bunch of friends and you start talking about what you got up to when you were younger. And of course, when we were in the bike club, the amount of times that we suddenly thought, "Shit, our son's sitting there." He goes, "Mum, I didn't hear that." I'm not.
So you were talking about my bike yesterday.
Yeah.
Unloading it from the van, belly pan. So I had a friend pick up my bike.
Yeah.
And so I pushed it off the curb onto the pavement, because I pushed it across this grass area. And it went crunch. And I was like, "Oh crap, what was that?" So I looked down and it was like I crushed my belly pan on the curb. So trying to get it off the back of the van. Yeah. So I cut my finger. I was like,
which one was that?
I need to get a tetanus shot now.
Was that the Bandit?
Yeah, the Bandit, yeah. So this rusted belly pan. So oh crap.
I was going to say, because no belly pan on the XVSs.
No, definitely
You always got to watch that going off the curb with them. It's an aluminium sum. I've seen somebody do that. As you drop it, I've seen somebody do it with the Harley as well. Drop it off a sunk crack, or drop it off the curb, crack. So
when you hear that loud thunking crack sound, you're like, "Oh, what did I do?"
Yeah. Too right, Martin.
Yeah.
And we always looked after one another in the old days. Made sure everybody got home safe. In fact, actually, me and Martin used to have Dennis, who used to race the bus on foot. He could run. Do you remember? We used to have a mate. We used to meet at a pub called the Green Man in Burton, and the bus stop is about, got to be a good 200-300 metres up the road.
Now.
Yeah, Lidl's now. 200 or 300 metres up the road. And one of the lads used to get the bus back to Guildford from there. And he used to wait till the bus went past the pub and then race it to the bus stop. He can run.
That's a good idea, Derek. Taking this doorman, they would take photographs of you with taxi driver, drunk females.
Yeah.
So they knew that.
Who had them. Yeah. It's that responsibility, isn't it? It's quite often had to put young ladies into a taxi. A couple of venues that I've worked where they would actually cover the price of the taxi if need be to make sure the young lady got home. But the taxi rules are quite strict in the UK. So you take the taxi driver's number and that, you knew which vehicle she was in, or in the worst case scenario, that was it. You'd phone emergency services and they'd come take her. Because again, it was the doorman's responsibility to ensure that all his clientele got home safe.
Funny, a lot of these the doormen are ex-soldiers and that, isn't it? It's like
I think going back, especially in Aldershot, this area, being a military town,
as well,
being a military town, it was always an easy income for a squaddy. You know, it was like they finished work on a Friday because they were at camp, and then Friday night, Saturday night, work the door. It was a nice little. I mean, if you go back to the old days for licensing and all the rest of it, it was usually cash in the end. So it was cash in the hand. It was easy money. They were squaddies. 9 times out of 10, they were dealing with their muckers, their mates, or they knew the system. And I've seen many a fight circumvented by somebody who knows the system, going, "I know your RSM," and it tends to bring people up a bit short. There were certain pubs in Aldershot that you couldn't carry that off in. You had to either be able to stand your ground or not. There used to be like things like the Fives Bar and that, Rat Pit, yeah. Cool, blimey, Globetrotter, yeah, and you got to know the pubs, and certain pubs, certain regiments, certain squadrons. Yes, you were, Mac. Yes, it's your claim to fame, wasn't it? The first doorman in a squaddy pub, Queens and Aldershot, and then you went on to run the town pretty much. I remember the days, and every pub or club in Aldershot came to you for the help. That's something to be proud of. And I remember a certain chief constable who turned around and said, "Mr. McGlashan and his company will always be known as the company that tamed Aldershot." So, yeah. It's always, I think some people don't learn the golden rule, do they? Don't go for the little ones. The little ones are usually hard as nails. In fact, me and Mac had that on our doors. I think one of the biggest lads we had there was a lad called Ben, and he was a gentle giant. He really was a lovely lad. And yet some of the small guys, a nightmare. They could really handle themselves. And a couple of big ones as well that could really handle themselves, but I'm not going to mention their names on the channel just because I know they're still out there, maybe still working and wouldn't appreciate it. But yeah, it's met some great characters. And again, it's almost like I don't know, is it a brotherhood thing? Working with people in dangerous environments? Is there some sort of adrenaline bond there? That looking over your shoulder and knowing that the guy's got your back no matter what?
So as a soldier, you've got to rely on your people with you.
Yeah.
So as a doorman, you're doing the same thing, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it's very, very true there. I think it's that brotherhood thing. It's both, you're all at risk together.
Yeah, family feeling.
There's a family feeling. And I think for a lot of ex-servicemen, it's something they crave for in the outside world. So a lot of, as I've mentioned before, I've been in a motorcycle club, and I've been around a lot of big motorcycle clubs for many years. And I don't ride or didn't ride with any one particular club as such. And in fact, I actually got on with people from all the different clubs. I was a bit of an independent myself. And I had a lot of respect from it. I got a lot of respect for all those clubs, whatever their differences are, it's none of my business. But I got their respect, and I gave them all respect as well. And a lot of guys I met were ex-forces, and I think that was the thing. It's that craving for brotherhood. I think that's what the biggest driving bond for them was. Are there still Vespa gangs like Quadrophenia? Yes, Derek, there is. And there's one near where I live. And these guys were probably around when Quadrophenia happened the first time round. Meet up regularly on a Sunday. We can have 50 or 60 scooters out there. Lovely blokes, but they're all a little bit older than me or my age.
They do once a year, they do a run down to Cornwall.
Yeah.
And that's
the whole 250 miles is broken down 2 strokes.
And even come up north, yeah.
Yeah, there's still, and I think there always will be there. And it's again, I tried a scooter once, not my cup of tea. Really hated it.
The funny thing about that's a Quadrophenia type time, Derek, is that someone we know who was around in the day, was saying that it wasn't, they were sort of encouraged to fight. It was one another. Newspapers were paying people to fight.
They were paying them £5 each to start fights.
So when the Mods and the Rockers all were fighting down in Brighton, that was
And as you said at the time, £5 was well over a week's wages. It was a lot of money. He said, and these guys are literally like, well, if you go over and start fighting with them, we'll pay you 4 guys £5 each. Of course, cheers, no problem. Hence, the cameras were all in the right places at the right time.
Yeah, the worst bits.
But isn't that the same with anything? There's publicity. It's the same thing as one of my fears for the whole bushcraft prepper and survival world is sooner or later somebody's going to make a major boo-boo or they're going to lose the plot and do something terrible. And unfortunately, the media will jump on that and make a big thing and then try and show everybody in the same light. And shit, it's a fan. We all become the bad guys. So, again, that's why I'm always trying to preach, be discreet. Don't make yourself a target to the media. They're just always looking for the next bogeyman, the next person to frighten everybody with. And if it happens to be the bushcrafter who carries a bushcraft knife for doing his bushcraft skills, that's perfect for them, isn't it? What? There's a guy goes off in the woods, stays on his own, lights fires, makes camps.
Well, ladies do it as well.
Ladies, yeah. But that's exactly what they're looking for. It's that fear mongering. So keep yourselves safe, guys. Enjoy what you do. Get a little bit discreet about it. Try not to cause fear. And definitely don't let anybody ever push you into a conflict or a situation. You got to walk away. Walk away. Again, comes back. First rule of survival. See the situation. Avoid the situation. Yeah? Yeah.
Exactly mine.
Yeah. Yeah, respect for others and take care of duty regardless. Exactly, Martin. Exactly. You've got to look out for people. Look out for the weak. Look out for those that need a little bit of help. And sometimes those that need a bit of help are some of the biggest, strongest people you'll see. That's something I'll be touching on in the next few months. Is I'm doing a course looking into mental health well-being and that. I'm going to look into a little bit. It's not something I wanted to get big on my channel. There's plenty of other channels doing it, but I have a lot of associates, friends, mates that have been through some very, very difficult times, including myself. I've had my moments, so it's to learn more. I'm in a good place now, and if I can help other people cope and deal with their situations, then so be it. Okay, it's all about legacy. Leave a mark behind you. Yeah.
Not a skid mark.
Not a skid mark. And again, I'll ask all your help on that because you can do all the courses in the world, but you need to speak to people, you need advice, you need to learn from others. Yeah, what works for one doesn't work for another. It's, again, one of the problems I have with psychology, medical world, and all the rest of it. They're very, very quick to put people in paragraphs and boxes. And
I think the magic pill called.
Yeah, nobody fits a paragraph or a box. We're all very, very different. We all have different issues, different mindsets, different lives. Than what happens in your life, especially through your childhood, is what what teaches you to deal with life as you go on. So if you're used to traumatic experiences as a kid, you're probably better engineered to deal with them as you're older, or not even. But again, something to look into and try and study, try and find a bit more about it. One of the things I would like to do at a later date is organise some evenings up the woods for guys that just want to have a bit of quiet space, get a fire going, get brews on. Want to have a drink, If they want tea, coffee, have tea, coffee, and just literally sit and chat. Sit and chat. They don't have to chat about their problems. Just sit in a safe space where nothing goes outside the woods, and they can just natter. If they want to talk about their dog, the house, life, they want to laugh and joke, they can do, but it just gives them a safe space. Again, so I see this Sunday social. It's my safe space where I can come along, have a natter, like-minded people, lots of support, lots of friends. It does, Lee Michael. It does take it takes a strong person to walk away from a situation or to talk a situation down. It takes a lot more courage to face something that scares you and try and calm the situation down. Don't get me wrong. There are times when you have no other choice. But if you can talk a situation down, talk it down. Okay. Never young chestnuts. We only ever talk about the other ones. Too right, Rachel.
Yeah.
Very right. And again, cheers, Martin. Yes, Rachel, you're very right there. There's many young people suffering today as there are old people. It's a scary world for a lot of young people. And so, yeah, you can't pigeonhole. Again, it comes back to the whole pigeonhole thing, doesn't it? But I can only go by my age and my experience, and probably the fact that I communicate better with people of my generation than do anybody else. I've got things I can share with them. Although I would like to help young people, if there's a young person that wants to talk or needs to chat, then I'm always ears open. I might not necessarily quite get where they're coming from, but yeah, never turn your back on somebody that's crying out for help. It's one of the worst things you can do. Halloween birthday, yes, 31st of October's coming up. Yeah, she'll be here. She'll whiz in on a broomstick, come to a stop. Yeah, my little witchy lady, and yeah. So there we go. So there's enough of that. Yeah. Where are we going from that? Birthdays. So you got your birthday coming up, Halloween. I've got to wait till August for mine. Yeah, you too. Yeah.
Scorpios rule. Yeah. What's sticking a tail?
Yeah, Scorpios rule. I'll be a Leo. You're a Virgo. No, Leo. Yeah, it's Virgo, isn't it? Yeah. Leo Virgo. Yeah.
I just want to see you struggle.
Yeah, I'm 22nd of August, so
he's on the cusp. Both sometimes he's Leo, sometimes he's Virgo.
I'm a Virgin Lion.
It's funny that Lee actually says that because I've got a mate that's he served in
Sagittarius,
Afghanistan on the first couple of Herricks.
Yeah.
And so he's come back, and I was with him a couple of weekends ago. Actually, he's unfortunately one of his sergeants in his unit has just passed away because of reasons I won't go into.
Yeah.
But someone was trying to say to him one night in a pub, like how PTSD works, and it was quite easy to say for him to say, like, you don't know what you're talking about, because he's been through it himself, and to suffer in silence is
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suffering in silence.
Myself personally, I was lucky enough not to go out to Afghanistan. Because it's like hearing all the stories from those boys.
It's this pigeonhole thing, isn't it? It says, because you have PTSD, you will be this way, and it will affect you that way. No, it will affect people in many, many different ways, and it depends on. And again, it comes back to your life experiences, your personality, sort of person you are. Yeah, I've seen people that makes angry. I've seen people that get teary. I've seen people that you just don't know they got a problem, but inside they're absolutely breaking. I've seen guys that bluff it off all the time, and they seem like the most fun, bouncy guys, and they're just full of energy and life until it hits them. Lion Virgin.
So your car alarm going off, is it?
No, it's not mine. No, my car alarm it definitely tells people what's what. I've got one of the car alarms that goes, "Wait, fuck off, or I'll chop your nuts off." Gates open if you want to just go and check quick.
Yeah, I'm going to check. I've got tools in my job.
Ow! Oh!
What did he catch?
He just walked straight into the bar.
Oh. Constant battle, hits and flurries. Yeah, it does. And Lee, I'm always here for you, mate. I'm no expert. I don't know diddly squat, but one thing I do know is if you're suffering, let people know. If you're having a dark time, let people know. Share it. Don't try and carry the world on your own shoulders. No matter how broad they are, you can't do it. And again, it affects as many women as it does men. Don't have to have been a service person. It can affect people that have seen or had anything traumatic happen to them in life. And it can be as simple as witnessing something, seeing something happen to somebody else.
From ex-husband.
Yeah.
But together we'll support each other and see each other through the times that are dark when the black dog's hounding us a bit.
Talk to people. Let people know that you're suffering. Right? Let those you love know that you're suffering so that they understand what's going on if you're being a bit off or if you're being a bit down and that. And tell them what helps you. Right? I have one particular friend who he really does not want people around him going, "You're right, mate. You're right, mate. You're right, mate." He really hates that. It really doesn't help him. He wants people around him that will steer his focus on something else. Take him away from that dark point. And I've got other people I know that do want somebody to just go, "It's all right, bud. Got you." But it's through communication. Communication is what really, really helps.
And things like this, it's like a pub evening.
Yeah,
it's good.
Something to look forward to. I mean, somebody once said to me, the easiest way to put the black dog in the corner is to shine a light on it.
Yeah.
I just got to be rude. I've got to have a wee. Cider's going through me tonight. And that's those new meds that are not helping.
What have you done to the camera?
It's got a bit I stood up and I got in front of it.
Yeah, you're right. Keeping busy helps. You have to. Do you knock yourself that? Dan put it up and we can't get it down. I like to sit near water when I'm feeling bad. I like to sit near water, or I use my Alexa quite a lot. I was going to play ambient sounds, and I listen to thunderstorms, rain, waves, wind.
Puppies.
Well, you can.
Puppies help.
You can actually. You can have the Hoover, white noise, grey noise.
I've got to take a grinder to that to get it down.
What's that?
Oh, I was like, what? Tommy's just walked out the door. Now, Tommy's got to be 6 foot.
6'2".
He's 6'2". And I've got a chin bar that my son set up in the doorway years ago. And it was in there solid, but it's in at about 5'9". And he's just walked out, almost floored himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm.
Yeah,
The doc's just given me some new meds, and yeah, I have to take a couple of these things in the morning. And he said to me, he said, "Oh, just a word of warning." I said, "What's that?" He said, "Don't be too far from a loo." So, again, yeah, it's a bit.
Yeah, Derek, we've been having some. It's storm. I can't remember. It begins with B, doesn't it?
Babette. Storm Babette.
Yeah, we've had
storm.
severe flooding. We've had 3 people have lost their lives in Scotland.
Oh, Storm Leona or something.
Yeah, we're getting hit. Scotland's getting hit by one storm, and then sort of west and southeast where we are is getting hit by another one.
But the other problem is, because of the way this storm's worked, predominant wind in the UK is from the west to the east. That's how predominant wind comes in off the Atlantic or across the Irish Island and across the Irish Sea. But this one's actually caused the wind to come in from the east. So a lot of our trees, a lot of our structures are actually been designed to take a powerful wind from the west and now getting walloped from the other side. And as you'll know, trees grow stronger on the side where they need the strength. So all of a sudden they're being hit from their weak side.
Yeah, was it? They had a metre of rain in parts of Scotland, was it?
Yeah.
Was it a metre of rain?
Yeah. Yeah, a metre of rain in one town in Scotland. Yeah, I know you. It's gone from one extreme to the other. Without being indelicate, I've got a prostate problem, which has caused me an issue with my bladder. So they give me one tablet that helps to control things, and then they give me another tablet that relaxes things. And I just want to wee like a 19-year-old again.
Yeah, Scotland's on red alert still.
Yeah, and the trouble is, of course, these sort of things that they get a metre of rain up on the hills, and especially if it's an area like you'll find in Scotland where it's a lot of peat. There's a lot of the ground's quite absorbent, but it doesn't hold it forever, and eventually it works down towards the. Just missed it by 21 miles. That's lucky, miles.
Well, it hit Scarborough yesterday, and Scarborough when we went to get.
Yeah, and then of course the ground releases the water several days later, and that's when all the rivers all start to come up. And again, you don't need to be in the area of the flood. We've had one ourselves, haven't we? Down at Boscastle.
Yeah,
and that was 5 miles away. There was no rain where we were. And then within minutes, Boscastle itself was just a raging torrent. It was absolutely
destroyed.
Still cars
out in the harbour now, out at sea.
Yeah, absolutely.
Washed away.
And again, that's what happens. You know, if you're in anywhere that's hilly or mountainous, you can have just a cloud burst a few miles away, and all of a sudden, wallop. Tornado season for November here in the Midwest. First signs when you see the skies turn grey, green. Wild dog. Yeah, tornadoes.
We've lived through one.
Yeah.
In 1980.
Oh, that was a hurricane, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was a hurricane.
We have tornadoes in the UK.
Yeah, we do get tornadoes in the UK, but what we tend to get here is we tend to get them in off the sea. Dan and Chris got walloped by one, didn't they?
Yeah, when it was Chris. Yeah. He was at school on a school trip, and he went down to near Portsmouth.
Yeah.
And the coach actually got all the stones picked up and thrown through the window, and it actually hurt the driver. And all the kids were in this hall having breakfast, and the wind come through this hall.
Took the roof off the building and everything.
Killed an elderly couple in a caravan. It flipped it over.
PC. Mate, don't my bladder and me are not friends. Really not friends. Yeah, but it comes with age, I suppose. There's nothing to worry about. It's nothing majorly serious. It's just they've got their eyes on it and watching it. What can you do?
Don't keep drinking.
Don't keep drinking the cider. So I only drink one night a week. I make the most of it. Yeah. What can you do? And unfortunately, guys, I'm on the cheap cigars tonight. Traumatised. Have sympathy for me. Went to the supermarket. Go every Friday. Walked in. Went to order my normal tobacco. Haven't got it till Monday. The only tobacco we got is crap. So I'll do that then. Got my nicotine pouches as normal. Right. A packet of Henry Winterman's half Coronas, please. Haven't got any of them either. I nearly broke. And I was just like, really? Really? But that's life. You deal with it, don't you?
You know what? Those, while not great for your health by any stretch of the imagination, right, they are actually better for the environment. You want to know why?
What's that?
Those disposable vapes, right? How many do you think they get rid of a week in the UK alone?
Millions, I thought.
5 million.
5 million.
5 million times 4, times that by 12.
And every one of them's got a lithium-ion battery in it.
Exactly. Yeah. Right? Imagine that. And that's only in the UK. That doesn't include like Europe and America.
John said he spent a sensible drum.
Oh, you are my friend, John. You are my friend. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you are my friend. So John was just saying there, the area he lives in, St. Louis, was destroyed in 1903. Only 5 houses on his block survived, this being one of them. Yeah, it's just like power of nature, isn't it? Power of nature. If anybody's ever experienced a major weather event, I'll always be interested to hear. I mean, from my own experience, wildfires, hurricanes, freak waves. What else have we been through? Pretty much a small earthquake, and I mean it was just like that. I thought it was actually a train going past. Can't imagine what a full-on earthquake would be like. Tornadoes, water spouts for us. It's very similar. We do get tornadoes inland in the UK. Getting places like Lincolnshire and that are very, very flat. They get them, but again, they're not to quite the same scale as you guys are getting out there in the west.
We do get tremors as well, but not nothing.
Yeah, like I say, they just feels like
flooding. Really.
Yeah, worst one in the UK for us is flooding. We're a country, simple as.
Flat in places.
Yeah, and we do tend to get quite a bit of flooding nationwide. And again, one of the things that always makes me quite, I'm always interested in the fact that in America, your guys, you have, what do they call it, National Guard? National Guard, they can call on in an emergency. So you call on the National Guard. And in the UK, we used to have an equivalent. I've got a patch for it somewhere here. But we used to have a Civil Defence Corps, which was, again, pretty much like the Territorial Army Reserve. It was made up of volunteers, ex-military.
Remember the board full of cat badges, which you get?
Yeah.
I think it's on there.
Yeah, I've got one up there. Actually,
yeah, there it is.
Yeah, up there. Yeah, so. There's one up there. Yeah, so. It's, there we go. It's the old cat badge for it. And these guys were trained to do pretty much anything. Weren't so much a fighting force. They were more to do with evacuation, emergency firefighting, flood defences.
The last DGs.
And were pretty much came out of the Second World War. And it got disbanded in the 70s, I believe. Silly thing to do, because in this day and age where things are going a bit to pants, I think there are a lot of people that may be, like myself, a little bit long in the tooth to do something from a military point of view, but have the skills and abilities that in an emergency could be used. We have I'm part of a volunteer organisation, a Hanson Barks 4x4 response, who use our 4x4s and our skills to assist when necessary. But really, the authorities don't call on us that much. Saying that, we assist the local council more than anything. But we're there to help when needed. But think it'd be a good idea to bring something like that back in Civil Defence Corps. I think having a resource of guys that or guys and girls that have the abilities to do some courses, do some training, and be on call in an emergency. Maybe the Civil Defence Corps, everybody was in the area that they lived in. They knew their terrain, they knew their environment, they knew where they lived, they knew where the river was, they knew where the substation was, they knew where the shelters were and that. Maybe it's time to bring something like that back.
I think it should really be part of like standard education.
Standard education,
like
yeah.
First aid.
Yeah, bring back, put first aid on the curriculum.
Yeah.
Yeah. They sit there and they say things like, oh, we're going to teach people, what's it they call it? Societal skills or something or other. How to be good people. Most people are good people anyhow. Give them the tools to be good people. You know, it's
like on our last video, which we were talking about when we were talking about first aid kit. It's like, hopefully you never need to call upon that knowledge, ever.
But having that knowledge is such a bonus.
It's such a bit of...
I regularly get it on courses where I turn to people and I say to them about first aid training. I go, I don't want to do first aid training. You go, what? Why? Oh, well, I don't want to give... If I see somebody collapse in the street, I don't want to help them. I said, well, what if it's your wife?
What if it's
What if it's one of your kids? Yeah, your medical training means you can treat yourself to a large extent. And then they go, oh, well, you know.
Say,
but there's always somebody out there that will do it.
Yeah.
And you're like,
yeah.
We're quite happy for somebody else to come and give you CPR, but you're blowed if you'll give somebody else CPR. You know,
isn't it? It's like, no, there's no, I don't get paid for it, so why should I do it?
Yeah.
Oh, do they teach that in home economics in the USA?
Do they?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
That's what Johnny Kennedy said.
Yeah. Civics classes. Yeah.
Well, that's something which I think in the UK we should we actually had a conversation with my missus' grandparents about that.
Yeah.
And her parents. It's like in the UK, I believe personally, it's like I'm only in my mid-20s, but I still firmly believe that it should be part like home economics should be part of
basic life skills.
Yeah.
Basic life skills.
Well, I used to do home economics.
Knowing how to make a meal.
I don't know why they took it out of the education.
We when I was at school, we actually where the block was we did the cooking.
Yeah.
They actually had a flat there, and that's where you learn how to keep it clean, and you know.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Basic
not only the
skills.
cooking side of it, but also having that flat there as well.
Well, isn't that another thing? It's like teaching people how to. I don't want to say manage money, but about bills, about responsibilities, about what you have to do. So many people just get dumped in it with no idea.
So no woodworking either. It's a shame.
Well, so we still do woodworking in the UK.
Yeah.
I did it for my GCSEs.
Yeah, Chris did metalwork, didn't he?
Yeah, basic skill sets, isn't it? It's.
I mean, I'm pretty sure my neighbour, her daughter does cooking.
Katrina, take it easy. It was lovely to hear from you, my sweet. All right. Give little one a hug from me, and give the old man a shake. Don't give him a kiss and a hug from me. I appreciate it, but definitely give little one a hug from me. And we hope to hear from you again next week. It's lovely to see you. It's lovely to hear from you. It's life skills, isn't it? It's life skills. So yeah, I think the system sort of says it wants to sort of rely on the parents to teach life skills, but if the parents don't have the life skills, you know, it's and it's like for me, woodwork at school. I hated woodwork. I hated metalwork. I wanted to just get back out. But
I didn't mind so much the practical side of it. The practical side of that sort of stuff is quite fun. Yeah. It's the theory side of it. It's like at that young age, when you're between the ages of 16 and 12, for example.
Yeah.
It's like for myself personally, I have a very hard time concentrating.
Yeah.
The practical side of it, great. It's like I was making things using my hands.
That's the problem. See, for me, it was like I spent 3 years making mortise and tenon joints, which I already knew how to do before I ever started it. And I understand for kids that didn't understand it. Go back to the old system where you made something practical to take home, something you could be proud of, something that you went home and went, Mum, look what I made you. You know,
both our boys
that gives the enthusiasm to want to learn more.
That's what we do at technical training for like people in the army.
Yeah.
If you're doing a technical trade, we make things like a strap spanner to loosen off a seal.
Yeah.
For say your brake fluid in
Yeah.
your car or whatever. Or my trade, we have to do a separate one which is called a mini vise.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to make your own like table mini vise, which you can attach to any sort of table, like the one like the desk which you're working on right now. And you've got a mini vise right there. And
that enthuses you more, though, because you actually make something you can use, something you take a bit of pride in, and something that you're going to use.
It's like, I've still got my strap spanner from making it nearly 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
But that was the old thing with apprentices as well. Apprentices, when they used to do their apprenticeship, would be given tasks and things to make as tests, and those items that go then into their toolbox, and that was to show their progression. But also, I mean, my father had tools from his apprenticeship that he'd had to make in his apprenticeship, and those tools were the sacred tools. You didn't touch them, you didn't mess with them. You know, it was like, you can break a snap-on spanner. That's not a problem. No. You know, but God forbid you touch that. You know, I spent hours making
our boys. We brought them up to cook and clean and do everything else. But it's like Dan. He was into do reenactment, so he made his own chainmail. He sat there with little tiny rings and joined them all together, made a vest, long vest from that. He sewed shoes, he made clothes and that. Yeah,
there's only one time when I've ever touched chainmail. I was when a friend of mine came in to the armourer's workshop. He was like, "Oh yeah, can you sort this out for me?" I was like, it was all rusted and everything. I was like, "Mate, you're going to have to take that to like a professional." So, I don't have the money for it. It's like, okay, wire brush, here we go.
Yeah.
Like,
we're just discussing skills learnt here, yeah. So and then Matt comes up with, when I'd done my med course, I ended up not being allowed to practice blood taking after an incident with some poor attached bloke and a syringe.
Yeah. That's a story in on itself.
God blimey, Derek. So in Oregon, it's been illegal to pump your own gas until last month. Thousands of people standing around not knowing how idea.
Oh, wow.
And do you know what, Derek? See,
so we used to. I remember as a kid.
In the UK,
people coming out to say how much.
In the UK, for you guys, obviously abroad, the UK system is you put your fuel in and then you go and pay for it, right? Which has been known to cause issues where you suddenly go in and you go, I forgot my wallet, something like that. I've always admired the American system of paying for your fuel, then putting it in, so it's pre-set on the pump.
Well,
so you go in and go, right, $20, put $20 in. But whenever you mention to a Brit, they go, yeah, but I don't know how much I'm going to put in the car. You go,
well, no, that's what they've got now. It's like at the Tesco's around the corner, right? It's like what you do is you put your card in, enter your PIN number or whatever, and it gives you up to about £99.
Yeah.
In America, I think it's about $110 or whatever it is. And it's like you'll literally pump your car full of however much you want. So say you put in £20 again, more or less, what, $30 or whatever it is. It's like you'll take it out, you'll drive off, and they'll come on your next. It'll go straight to your bank account, and whoever you're with, like, they'll deduct however much it is from your bank.
Yeah.
It's quite a smart system.
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I think a pay first system is a better system.
Well,
definitely a better system. It stops people driving off and that, because we have a problem with that in the UK. Our less polite, friendly people tend to sort of just put the fuel in and drive the car away, and full set of plates. It doesn't matter if you've got camera recognition system, because they just go around the corner, swap the plates, and keep going. But
yeah, you're right there, Lee, about everything. First aid courses changing. There's so many revisions that you have to keep doing it every year.
Yeah. I'm always doing them.
Have you heard about the ULEZ in London?
No.
So these new ULEZ cameras, which the mayor of London, something Khan, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
These ULEZ cameras, there was a construction company which kept on getting tickets through.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: it's like these new sign posts which they've got up, like the road signs.
Yeah.
They don't have the congestion charge for it on them, whereas like
it made them illegal, didn't it?
Yeah, because like those signs are technically illegal. So how are you supposed to know?
You can't enforce it. Yeah.
If like you're going into that zone, but you don't know because you don't know you're supposed to pay because they're illegal signs.
Well, that used to be the issue with car parks. So you used to have car parks. You go in and you're allowed to sit there for 3 hours, free of charge. Anything over 3 hours, it's £70 charge. And they caught them out because they used to do it in small print. And then they turned around to the company and said, you can't do that. That's got to be in highlighted print. The charge has to be highlighted. Yeah. The time limit has to be highlighted. Because people won't. People automatically go in. And if it's in big letters, it says free parking. And then underneath in small print says for the first 3 hours, after 3 hours, £70.
Yeah.
Right? People don't see the small print. They just see free parking. That's the way the human brains work.
I learned that the hard way, read the small print. That's when I joined the army.
Yeah. Yeah, always read small print.
That prepay for gas started in the 70s. No, I didn't realise that.
So Mac got the bloke in the bone instead of the vein. Ouch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, in the bone needle. Oh, yeah. Yeah, somebody that's quite competent at putting cannulas in and tends to do his own when giving blood or it makes life a little. Yeah, I'd rather do my own. It tends to freak the nurse out a little bit. Here you go.
I'll do it. Freaks them out.
Yeah, I've had a couple refuse. I had my local GP, my nurse there does my blood tests on a regular basis. She's used to me now, but she leaves the room while I do it because she says 20 years of sticking needles in people. You're the only person that makes me feel ill.
There's one there for you.
Question for the guest: can you get free fuel from the POL point? Wow. Well. No, not anymore. Really.
No.
Technically, in a sense, you can. It's like if you've got some jerry cans free, it's like you can fill them up. It's like you're not.
But that would be very illegal, wouldn't it?
But then it's like you've got to write it down on a whole piece of paper. But it's like technically you can, but it's not right. So the best time to do it would be going on an exercise, and if you know the RLC fuelies, like you'll be fine.
Can I say this? No, I can talk about it. I was never doing it, but it was an incident that occurred. There was an incident that occurred on a major exercise about 40 miles from here on a training area is what I'll say, where the logistical corps were doing this major exercise around the UK. And they were basically crashing out to one training area, setting up a fueling point, ammo point, and all the rest of it. Then everything get resupped there off 200 miles
elsewhere. The exact one you're thinking of, but they still do.
Well, they set up this fueling point, and they couldn't get onto the particular training area because it was too sodden. Then obviously big vehicles, mans, and all the rest of it. So they basically spoke to the local authorities, and the local authorities went, "We've got a disused yard just off this roundabout over there, big enough for you to get everything in. Set it up in there."
Yeah.
So they did. They set it up in there, fueling point. Got hundreds of fucking jerry cans of diesel and all the rest of it all laid out. And at some point in the early hours of the morning, the people that lived outside the camp, who were, they were of a mobile ethnicity.
Oh, right.
Visited the camp. And pretty much in about 4 hours wiped out every can of diesel. And there was people stopping around going, "Where'd you put 500 cans of fucking diesel? Where'd you put 500 cans of diesel?" So God knows they did it, but fair play to them. They must have been a busy night, that.
Yeah.
Yeah, these things happen. Well, 2 hours and 8 minutes. So I think we're going to wind it up there tonight. For anybody that's new to us, it's not always alcohol based, but tonight,
strange humour.
Yeah, we sort of get onto a theme and we stick to the theme. So if you're new to the channel or you're watching this on catch up, bear in mind that on a Sunday night, if you want to start a subject or you want to bring a subject up, you can do. We've covered everything in the last few months, from the serious sides of survival, prepping, bushcrafting, camping, to what movies do you like, what our favourite meals are, and which beers do we drink. So, okay, it's a social Sunday. We let our hair down. We chat about anything we want to chat about. We chat about anything we want to chat about, and we relax and enjoy life. Okay, guys, I'm going to give it another 5-10 minutes. Let you all say your good nights, as I always do here. But from me, Kaz, Tommy, Mac at the Hampshire Hog Hunters,
and Willow,
Jason, and Willow, yeah, have an awesome week. Enjoy yourselves. Have your fun. Have your adventures. Yeah, look after yourselves.
No, and, no, it's Steve.
Yeah.
Yes,
and
Steve.
As I always say, love those you do, forgive those you don't, and peace and light be upon you all.
Night, Lee.
Night, John.
Night, Stephen. Nice. Yeah.
Night, Ian. Night. Blah.
Sounds like the Walters, doesn't it? Night, Jim Bob.
Night, Caroline. Night, Ray. Good night.
Night, Ray.
Have a good week, my friend.
It was quiet tonight.
It was quiet tonight. You were. Yeah. You were quiet tonight. Like, next week, like, I want to hear you fired up.
Yeah.
Let rip with both barrels. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me, Matt.
Night, Rachel. Thank you very much.
Rachel, thank you very much, and it's been a pleasure having you with us. And I'll send you an email, or in actual fact, before we
what I said, John, was
that's my email address. Okay, so if any of you are ever having any issues out there, you're ever finding life difficult, and you just need somebody to talk to, somebody to say, it's all right, mate, don't panic, send me an email, let me know. Don't suffer alone. If there's ever a question anybody's got, something they want to know, hit me up. If you want to ask me something, tell me something, maybe in private, you don't want to put it in a comment, you want to tell me that I've been a fool, done something daft, by all means, hit me up. Okay? And, look after yourselves. Have fun. That's the most important thing.
Right, Mac.
Look after yourselves. Mac, I'll catch you through the week, my brother. And Rachel, thank you very much for your tip as well on the Virtus clips. Well, I will be getting into that. That bag's going to become a bit of a winter project for me. I'm going to see how I can improve on that and make that better.
We might get a chance to get down and do a bit more to the trailer.
Hopefully.
Update you as we go.
Yeah, we'll update you on that. Yeah, you can see my skills in making stuff. It's blacksmithing. I hit it with a hammer until it does what I want. Excellent, Matt. Martin, excellent. Yeah, it'd be lovely to see you, mate. Lovely to catch up. Thoroughly enjoy that. And by all means, hit me up with a message anytime. Yeah. In actual fact, if you need a hand fitting that gearbox, give us a holler. I'll always come down and give you a hand. John, fun as usual. That gear will be posted off to you this week.
We'll message you when we send it off, so you've got an idea when.
Yeah, watch out for the lizard people. They're out there. Yes, and
V8 guinea pigs.
My game for fun this week is I'm going to watch some of the channels that are caught up with the conspiracies. Somebody said to me I ought to look more into conspiracies. Well, I'm sorry, it's just
there's enough of people doing that.
Not my cup of tea, and everybody else is doing it. And I do enjoy watching them. Some of them are quite entertaining. Some of them are daft as brushes. And some of them do make you think. So, I always like to keep my eyes open. Keep my finger on the pulse. Derek, take care, my friend. Have an absolutely awesome week.
Derek.
Match free on the 14th. Or free now till the 14th. Okie doke. Yes, I have, Derek. There's quite a few programs like that over here where they sort of take us back, see how it all goes and how it was done way back and when. Yeah, quite interesting stuff. And it's quite funny when they turn around. Sometimes they say that this is how people were living in the 1800s, and I'm sitting there going, "Yeah, 1800s. That's how we were living in the 1970s." Good night, Derek. You have an awesome week, my friend. Stay safe, stay warm, stay comfy. Look after yourself. I think that's right, guys. That's it for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. Look forward to catching you all again next week. And we'll get some videos knocked out this week. I'll try and get some more shorts done as well. Take care. Love to all. Mick out.
Take it easy. Good night.
Bye-bye.
And good night from Tommy.
I think it's cold.
Yeah.